Simple. It's really, really simple what the issue is with aim assist, right? Every single player, console or PC, that is competing for money has the right to complain and has the right to argue. They're totally in the right to be mad, right? Because there's advantages to both controller and PC, right? Mouse and keyboard and controller. There's advantages to both, right? The fact that there's an advantage of controller versus mouse and keyboard, and the other way around, mouse and keyboard has an advantage over controller. The fact that those two things exist and both can have advantages towards one of another makes no fucking sense that it's even in place to have any sort of competition for money at all. The whole point of competition is like fair play, you know, competitive integrity, right? So if a mouse and keyboard isn't fair against a controller, or vice versa, because they both have their pros and cons, they shouldn't exist in the same world. It's really that simple. The fact that people are arguing against any of that is crazy to me. Because that right there, what I said, is a fact that simple. Like, there's no way anyone can argue against it. You just can't. There's no argument there. Zero. Some people would probably go with the argument like, yeah, well, one is more an advantage than other. It doesn't matter. The fact that there is an advantage at all for both ways is a problem. So it shouldn't exist, right? Doesn't matter what has more of an advantage or what doesn't. It's holy fuck. No. Oh my god, I didn't take damage. That's incredible. So would you just separate the competition between controller and mouse and keyboard? Exactly. That's really that simple. When you're not playing for money, it doesn't matter. When there's nothing on the line and you're just playing for fun, who the fuck cares? But when there's thousands, hundreds, millions of dollars on the line, your goal is to create a fair playing field, as fair as possible. So you cannot have those two worlds coexist. Because there's advantages and pros and cons to both of them. Not just one. The argument here isn't that controller's better. The argument is that both have their pros and cons, so they shouldn't exist. Because, like, what is that? That's just like, hello? This is a fried chicken sandwich is what this is. It's not a burger, but, I mean, I guess that kind of counts as a burger, right? Chicken burger, in a way. Fried chicken sandwich. Why aren't you playing in the 50K gauntlet for COD? Because I don't give a fuck. I don't know. Why would I want to play in that? I don't play COD regularly, you know. If I played COD, sure, but I don't play it regularly, so why? I'm just going to go in to get probably owned. I hate those tournaments so much. It's so stupid. Let me guess, okay? I don't even know what the gauntlet tournament is, but let me guess. All teams queue into their own games and shoot some shit. That's it. They queue into their own games. Am I right or am I wrong? So I'm right. Why the hell would I play in a tournament of a game that I don't even play that much to just play a public game? Like, nah, you know? I hate that shit. It's not competitive. It's not. It's pretty much just play the fucking game and hope to get lucky. Or hope to not get unlucky. You know? That's all it is. Because everybody in these tournaments are very talented people. But the minuscule difference of talent is when you go up against one another. Truly going up against one another. That's where the minuscule difference of talent, like, changes, right? That's where somebody might actually be better than another person. But in these formats, it's just people playing, hope for the best, you know? Which is totally awesome if you play the game regularly. If you play the game regularly, why the hell not, you know? You're playing it anyway, you're going to be doing the same thing anyway, but now you're doing it for money. So sure, why not? It's kind of like when I played Apex a lot. When I played Apex a lot, there were so many of those tournaments before custom games came out. So many of those pub stomping tournaments, and I was always like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'll win, I'll lose. It doesn't matter because I'm still playing the game how I'm supposed to be playing. You know? Do you think you'd be able to compete in Pro COD Search and Destroy? Yeah. Very easily. Yeah, absolutely. Very easily. Now it depends. Are you matching me up against the players on console that have been playing every single COD? Jeez. COD game. Hello? I need water. I don't have water. My throat's so dry. Coffee. Okay. Now it depends. Could I compete at a pro level in Call of Duty Search and Destroy? Yes. I could do it very easily. Could I compete in Call of Duty Search and Destroy against all the console players? Honestly, I still think yes, but it would be much more of a difficult process because I would have to learn and adapt to how it is to play against a controller and learn about their pros and learn about their cons in the right game and figure out the best way to beat them, right? Bottom line is Shroud insulted controller players in his latest Apex video. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't take a joke, bro. What did I say? What did I say? I probably made a joke about how they weren't using their controller hard enough. That same joke applies. I could say the same thing. Oh shit, you weren't holding onto your mouse hard enough, dude. You would like to speak to your manager? That's funny. He's acting like I said all console players are bad or something. Like, what?
Man, Mike, stop putting down controller players.
I don't think I've ever put down a single person about controller. I don't know what that dude's saying.
It's a copy pasta.
Oh, it's a coffee pasta? I didn't know that. I'm sure it is, because I've never put down anyone for controller. I think people think when I say there shouldn't be controllers mixed with mouse and keyboard in tournaments, and then that makes them think that I just am talking down controllers, but it's like, it makes sense because like there are some pros to mouse and keyboard over controller, and then there's some pros for controller over keyboard. So why would you mix the two? Just separate them, you know? If there's both pros and cons to both sides, then that doesn't make any sense to compete for money. And it's like that. It's literally that simple. I feel like I'm missing out on a whole wave of gaming since I'm a console player. Oh, absolutely you are. No offense to console players, but you definitely are missing out on a huge wave because like PC gets some really, really unique titles. And granted, a lot of them aren't insanely good, but they are at the same time, if that makes sense. Shit, let's just use like, fuck, what should we use as an example? All of these games kind of came to console now, so they're kind of hard to use an example, but I will. Okay, so we'll use DayZ or we'll use Rust. We'll use both those games as an example, right? Trash games when they came out. Absolute garbage. You follow the development of it and it gets super fun. You also follow the development of it and cheaters come, a lot of them, right? But that's when you get to like filter out and you have different options because you could go to different servers and jump around and shit. Now, those games are on console, so that's cool. There's a lot of games that are like really early that come out on PC that are absolutely terrible, but they're so terrible that they're good. You know what I mean? And people pump thousands of hours into it and it's so much fun. I don't know. I guess I might be a little biased because I'm on the PC world, but there's something special about finding a shit game